Hello, this is a psychology and film project, and I will be talking about Frank William Abagnale Jr., played by Leonardo DiCaprio in Catch Me If You Can. According to the movie Catch Me If You Can, Frank Abagnale Jr., son of Frank Abagnale Sr., can be seen as a son who admired his dad completely and wished to be like him. He also admired the relationship between his dad and his mom. And after a few years of familial bliss, his father ran into financial issues due to his unresolved matters with the IRS, causing Frank Sr. to lose his income and livelihood. After this, Frank Jr. began to notice a drift in the relationship between his mom and dad, and this made him upset. During this financial downfall, Frank was sent to a public school, and on his first day of school, he impersonated a teacher. And this can be seen as an initial indication of his personality disorder. His parents' divorce was what seemed to be the emotional trigger, which threw him right off the edge. After hearing of his parents' divorce, Frank ran away from home and began his deception spree. I diagnosed Frank with antisocial personality disorder. According to the DSM-V, it is a pervasive pattern of disregard for and violation of the rights of individuals. It can also be seen as a mental condition where a person violates social norms without feeling remorse or guilt, also violating the rights of others through manipulation and deception without consideration of their feelings. A symptom of antisocial personality disorder can be seen as manipulation and deception of people without considering their feelings. An example of this is when he manipulates the bank teller into cashing in his fraudulent checks by toying with her emotional state, thereby clouding her judgment. He also manipulates this bank teller into getting information on the mica used for the formation of the bank checks. Another example of his deception is when he manipulates the FBI agent Carl Hanratty into thinking he was a member of the Secret Service. Another symptom of antisocial personality disorder is when a person doesn't indicate any remorse for his actions. Frank Abagnale Jr. clearly portrays this as he is seen rationalizing his actions by believing that all he has done was done in an attempt to reunite his family. There were some other symptoms of antisocial personality disorder that Frank never displayed. He didn't engage in substance abuse, he wasn't aggressive, and he wasn't impulsive. His decisions were actually given a lot of thought and consideration. In the movie scene, where Frank is seen admiring the family dynamic of his fiancée Brenda, I believe it is safe to say that maybe Frank believed that if he could acquire a certain amount of money, he could get his family back together again and he could be happy again. Or maybe this was just his way of coping with difficulties. Whatever it was, Frank clearly needed help. I believe Frank should undergo psychotherapy, mostly cognitive and cognitive behavioral therapy, in order to adjust his thought patterns and restructure his mentality of dealing with issues so that he doesn't hurt people in the process, and also to recognize societal norms. These can help Frank learn various ways to solve his problems that don't involve breaking the law. Maybe he eventually comes to terms with the consequences of his actions and he changes and he stops manipulating and deceiving people to get what he wants. Maybe Frank might inform his therapist of a crime he has done or is about to do, which will cause the therapist to be caught in between maintaining Frank's privacy and doing what the therapist thinks is right. This could be a cause for ethical concern. I feel like it was accurate to some degree, and to some degree it wasn't. I feel like if someone were to really have an antisocial personality disorder, it wouldn't be this clean and his behaviors would not be easily rationalized. And I don't think anyone can con another person as good as he did. To me, Frank seemed like a kid who believed he had no other choice but to do what he had to do. I feel like I shouldn't be judgmental anymore, but should find a way to go into the psyche of people with personality disorders and see if I can help them in any way.